Hi, it's Janine Turner, and this is your God on the Go Minute. All right, let's see here. We are reading 2 Chronicles 9:23. 2 Chronicles 9:23. All the kings of the earth sought the presence of Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put into his mind. We always read it twice. All the kings of the earth sought the presence of Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put into his mind. I love that because that's what I believe. I believe that any talent, any effort that's good, anything of brilliance that's established, all comes from the mind of God. And Solomon's wisdom, which God had put into his mind. So God puts that into our mind. God gives it, remember? From God, through God, for God. It's based off of Romans and a verse in Romans. But God is giving it to us, the answers, the talents, the gifts. That's why whenever I'm doing something like writing, I love to write. And I just finished a Broadway play, and things just flow. It's sort of amazing to me. I just, boom, it's out. It just flows. It's just there. And unlike any other aspect of my career, I sort of am mesmerized by it and through it. And I really feel that it's God putting that in my mind. And I always talk to my daughter and always try to, especially as I get older and wiser, so to speak, try to say to myself, if there's any compliment or anything that's achieved in my life, I try to always say, well, God did it through me. God achieved this through me. God gave me the answers. God gave me these talents. So instead of saying, well, I did this, I try to always say, well, God did this. God through me. He put it in my mind. And I believe that that's what happens with great geniuses. I'm reading a wonderful book now about Thomas Edison. And boy, oh my gosh, the thousands and thousands of things he created. And I believe that it came from God because God was putting it in his mind. I've said that before about, Einstein. And I think in closing today, we can certainly think about the same thing in regard to the coronavirus. When we think of all the doctors that are on the front lines and the nurses and the scientists that are working and so feverishly to chart these things and come up with vaccines and drugs that will cure this and answers about how to curb it, and all the military and the administration and the president and the governors and everyone is working so hard. I believe that everyone right now that's working so hard to help one another and help cure this situation, all these answers are coming from the mind into our minds from God. I really, really believe that. And even the time that we have with our families now, we're being forced to stay in the houses with our families, but this is coming from the mind of God, perhaps reminding us the true value of family and how important it really is. So everything we're going through right now, as tragic as it is, the good that's coming from it, God has put into our minds. The wisdom God is putting into our minds. Have a blessed day.